Bonjour, Paul.
Bonjour Estelle.
Welcome back. Let's start by reviewing how to ask something très important when traveling.
Ah, où sont les toilettes? Where are the bathrooms?
Bonsoir, monsieur. Où sont les toilettes?
Bonsoir, les toilettes sont ici.
Merci.
Remember that in French, you'd normally ask where are the bathrooms, not where is the bathroom. But let's say we did want to ask about just one thing. Maybe the subway.
We'd start with où est instead of où sont. Où est le métro?
Or maybe, où est le café?
Où est le café?
Le café est ici.
Merci. Au revoir.
Though, ideally, you wouldn't just walk up to someone on the street and startle them with a question like that.
You'd try to be polite and get their attention first. In English, I'd say, excuse me.
Exactly. And in French, you've probably heard something similar. Excusez-moi.
Excusez-moi.
Moi is French for me. So, excusez-moi literally means excuse me. And the sound moi is similar to the beginning sound in toilette. Toi. Moi.
Moi. Excusez-moi.
Excusez-moi, où est le café?
Excusez-moi, où est le café? Or, excusez-moi, où sont les toilettes?
Let's hear a couple French speakers using excusez-moi to ask polite questions.
Excusez-moi, où sont les toilettes?
Les toilettes sont ici.
Excusez-moi, où est le café?
Le café est ici.
Merci. Au revoir.
Your turn. Repeat after me. Excusez. Moi. Excusez-moi. But if a French speaker is in a hurry, maybe they really need to find a bathroom, for example, you might not always hear the X sound at the beginning of excusez-moi.
That's true. Instead of excusez-moi, you're more likely to hear something like excusez-moi.
Excusez-moi.
Check it out.
Excusez-moi, madame. Où est le métro? Le métro est ici. Ah, merci.
Excusez-moi can also be used to get a server's attention in a restaurant.
Excusez-moi.
Oui, monsieur.
Of course, oui here means yes.
Oui.
Oui. You're likely to hear oui in response to excusez-moi.
Okay, so I've gotten the server's attention. Now what?
Well, then you order. For example, you could say un café. We know that un café means a coffee shop, but it also means a coffee. Un café.
Un café.
Uh-huh. Un café. But it would be extra polite to add please at the end. S'il vous plaît. That means please. Un café, s'il vous plaît.
Excusez-moi.
Oui, monsieur.
Un café, s'il vous plaît.
Excusez-moi. Oui? Où est le cinéma, s'il vous plaît?
Let's start with the first part of s'il vous plaît. S'il.
S'il.
S'il vous.
S'il vous.
S'il vous plaît.
S'il vous plaît.
But when speakers are in a hurry, that L sound at the end often gets left off. S'il vous plaît.
S'il vous plaît. Now you practice. Repeat after me. Vous. S'il vous. S'il vous plaît.
So we've learned how to say excuse me,
Excusez-moi, which can be used to politely get someone's attention.
and we learned a common response to excusez-moi. Oui?
Finally, we learned to say please. S'il vous plaît. Now let's practice one more time. Repeat after me. Excusez-moi. Excusez-moi, où sont les toilettes? Excusez-moi, où sont les toilettes, s'il vous plaît?
In the next lesson, we'll talk more about French you can use in a restaurant. In the last lesson, we practiced asking for help politely by using excusez-moi and s'il vous plaît.
Excusez-moi, où sont les toilettes, s'il vous plaît?
Les toilettes sont ici.
Merci.
We also practiced using excusez-moi to order in a restaurant.
Excusez-moi, un café s'il vous plaît.
Bonjour. Une pizza, s'il vous plaît.
The woman just now said, un café s'il vous plaît.
Which means a coffee, please.
And the man asked for une pizza. You can probably guess that means a pizza. But did you notice the difference between un café and une pizza? Let's listen again.
Un café s'il vous plaît.
Une pizza, s'il vous plaît.
Un and une both mean a, as in a pizza or a coffee. But the first one, un, is nasal. It's a little like the sound in the English word sung, but you send air through your mouth and nose at the same time. Un. Un.
Now you try. Repeat after me. Un café. Un café, s'il vous plaît.
In French, all nouns are either masculine or feminine, even when you're not talking about people. Whether something is masculine or feminine sometimes feels pretty random. Café just happens to be masculine, so we'd use un, which is masculine. Un café.
Pizza, on the other hand, is feminine, so we say une pizza. Une.
Une. Une pizza. Let's review. We say un for masculine nouns like café, un café, and une for feminine nouns like pizza. Une pizza.
Un café. Une pizza.
To pronounce une, as in une pizza, start by saying in, like the final sound in the English word seen. But then round your lips forward like you're blowing a kiss. So, in becomes une. Seen, une.
Une. Let's practice. Repeat after me. Une. Une pizza. Une pizza, s'il vous plaît.
Once you've got un and une down, you're ready to order anything.
How about a baguette?
Of course, baguette is feminine, so you'd use une. Une baguette.
Excusez-moi,
Oui,
une baguette s'il vous plaît.
Now you give it a shot. Repeat after me. Une baguette. Une baguette, s'il vous plaît.
Now we know the difference between un and une.
As in un café and une pizza. Un is masculine and une is feminine.
That's right, but don't worry too much about masculine and feminine right now. You'll get the hang of it eventually.
We're also ready to order practically anything. Un café, une pizza.
And don't forget une baguette.
Oui, une baguette.
In the next lesson, we'll learn even more. You'll be thrilled at how much French you know already. Let's see, where are we? In the last lesson, we learned the difference between un and une.
They both mean a, but un is used for masculine words like un café, and une for feminine words like une pizza.
We also learned how to use excusez-moi and s'il vous plaît. to order things like a coffee or a pizza at a restaurant.
Excusez-moi, un café s'il vous plaît.
Excusez-moi, une pizza s'il vous plaît.
Okay, let's practice this one more time. Repeat after me. Un café. Un café, s'il vous plaît. Excusez-moi. Un café, s'il vous plaît. But just saying a coffee, please, could sound a little abrupt, don't you think?
Yeah. Instead, you might want to start with something like je voudrais, which means I would like. Je voudrais.
Je voudrais. For example, you can say je voudrais une pizza, which means I would like a pizza.
Je voudrais une pizza. Je here means I, and it's similar to the je sound in bonjour. It's the same sound you hear in the middle of the English word measure. Je.
Je. How about the second part? Voudrais, or would like. That one's a little trickier.
Well, it's not that tricky once you break it down. We talked about the beginning sound in this word vous when practicing s'il vous plaît. Vous.
Vous.
Now in the second part of voudrais, you can hear that French R again too. Re. Vous. Drais.
Re. Vous. Drais.
Voudrais. Je voudrais.
Je voudrais.
Je voudrais un café.
Je voudrais un café. Okay, let's put it all together. Repeat after me. Voudrais. Je voudrais. Je voudrais un café.
Now you're ready to use je voudrais to order at a restaurant. Let's hear some examples.
Bonjour, Madame Mouret.
Bonjour, Marc. Je voudrais un croissant, s'il vous plaît.
Bonsoir, monsieur.
Bonsoir, je voudrais une pizza, s'il vous plaît.
Parfait.
Did you catch what the server said at the end?
Parfait.
Oui, that means perfect. And once again, we hear a French R in the middle of the word. Par. Parfait.
Parfait. Great. Now you try. Repeat after me. Parfait. We've covered a lot in these last few lessons.
Yup, we just learned how to say I would like, je voudrais.
And before that, we talked about the difference between un and une.
We also learned how to say excuse me, excusez-moi, and please, s'il vous plaît.
And finally, we learned how to say parfait, which means perfect.
Amazing. Now you'll know exactly what to say when ordering at a French coffee shop, restaurant, or bakery.
That's right.
See you soon.
Au revoir.
In the last few lessons, we learned some ways to order food at a restaurant.
Bonjour, Madame Mouret.
Bonjour, Marc. Je voudrais un croissant, s'il vous plaît.
Bonsoir, monsieur.
Bonsoir, je voudrais une pizza, s'il vous plaît.
Parfait.
Are you ready to put those skills to the test?
Let's imagine you're walking down a street in Paris. Lots of people are out and about. It's around noon, which means it's time for lunch. You find a small but busy restaurant and walk inside.
First, greet your waiter. Say hello or good day in French. Parfait. Bonjour.
The waiter says hello back.
Bonjour.
He hands you a menu and gives you some time to look it over. When he comes back, he says, Vous avez choisi? That means, Have you decided?
Vous avez choisi? Vous avez means you have, and choisi means chosen.
You've got it. Vous avez choisi. Okay, it's time to practice ordering. When the waiter asks, "Have you decided?" tell him, "I would like a pizza," in French.
Vous avez choisi?
Fantastique. Je voudrais une pizza.
But let's say that instead of a pizza, you just wanted to order a coffee. Try saying, "I would like a coffee, please," in French.
Vous avez choisi?
Très bien. Je voudrais un café, s'il vous plaît.
What if you wanted both a coffee and a yummy pastry? Try saying, "I would like a coffee and a croissant," in French. Excellent. Je voudrais un café et un croissant.
The waiter now responds with,
Parfait.
now you say, "Thank you." Bon travail. Merci.
Okay, you're done eating. You've paid the check. But before you go, you'd like to stop by the bathroom. Ask your waiter, "Where's the bathroom?" Très bien. Où sont les toilettes?
The waiter points you to the bathroom and says,
Les toilettes sont ici.
Amazing, you did it! Now you're ready to have a delicious lunch at a restaurant in France.